Good morning, campers. This is Crusader Rabbit, KBNY 5962, starting our broadcasting day. Today, for your viewer enjoyment, bringing you TitanQuest with its first DLC, making it TitanQuest Immortal Throne. And today we will be farming for Stonebinders cups, and we find ourselves plopped into the Minoan Labyrinth, right at the last rebirth fountain before the end of Act 1. Act 1 is this way, or the floor boss is this way over to the right, which is the Minotaur. We're going to the left here. And this is where there is a high concentration for the next 4 or 5 rooms of Gorgons. And Gorgons can drop Stonebinders cups. And specifically, the ones that had the yellow names, like the one that was up here and the one that was over here, they can drop Stonebinders cups. The ones that have white names cannot drop Stonebinders cups. So that one could have dropped Stonebinders cuffs. Get rid of the little automaton there. So you can see a couple here. Like the white one here cannot drop Stonebinders cuffs. So not useful. This middle room here has a couple automaton in it. We'll just get rid of those and come up to the next area. So that yellow one right there can drop Stonebinders cuffs, but it doesn't drop anything, I don't believe. And white will not be dropping Stonebinders cuffs. I'm going to set my options to not show magical items. So yellow items will not show up. See how the yellow items disappeared? So white Gorgons not dropping. This one here could have dropped, but it didn't. The ones that spit fire and the ones that spit poison, they can drop Stonebinders cuffs. The ones that don't do that can't. It's just that simple. I kind of through the area that has the Gorgons, but I do like doing this very last room because there's a couple treasure chests here, and sometimes, usually one there, and sometimes there's one up here. And sometimes you can get a nice drop out of those. So, we have this room down here that has Gorgons in it. So it's like 1, and up here it has Gorgons in it 2. This one doesn't usually, just has the, and then we have this room over here that has the Gorgons in it. 3 rooms that have this can get kind of Gorgonish over here. So kind of 4 rooms, and this one is basically the automatons. So 4 rooms right by the rebirth fountain that have the Gorgons that can get the Stonebinders cuffs. So I just like to stop. We'll go ahead and save the game, and then go back to the main menu and do it all over again. And there we go. Exit back to the main menu, and we'll start up the game again. We'll go single player mode, and we're in epic difficulty. And if we get a Stonebinders cuffs drop, it will be of the +2 to all skills affix flavor, because we're in epic mode. If we were in normal mode, we'd be getting a +1 to all skills, and if we were in legendary mode, then we would be getting +3 to all skills. But I'm not in legendary mode yet, so we're just looking for +2s. Right now I have, right now I'm getting peppered by somebody there. I guess I'll wait until I'm through here. And last chance for no Gorgons. That was it. That was it for the Gorgons this run. And we'll just finish up by mopping up some automatons and looking at a couple treasure chests since we're right here. Ah, and we get a little greenie there. Take a look at that later. So since we have our, and nothing there, no treasure chest there. So let's go ahead and we can stop the game. Or save the game and then exit back to the main menu. So saving the game and exit back to the main menu. And we'll start again in single player mode and in epic difficulty. And since I have showing magical items turned off, we're only going to see items that are monster infrequents, which are kind of an olive green color name. We'll see rares, which are a green color name. And the little greenie that I got there was a good example of well, the profile on there, that is the olive green color, and I did get a green, didn't I? I thought I had picked up a green. Is it not? Ah, there it is. So there's the bright green, rare, as opposed to the olive green monster infrequent. And then also showing up will be epics, which are in blue, and then also showing up another monster infrequent that we'll also see right here will be the sentinel armbands. Are also dropped by the Gorgons. They give a plus to hunting mastery, which I happen to be. So I currently am wearing the sentinel armbands, but I plan on attaining a second mastery here pretty soon. So I'm kind of want to get a set of Stonebinders cuffs, so that the plus to skills will apply to the second mastery that I choose. And so there were a couple there that could have dropped, but they didn't. These white ones, of course. Okay, the one with the yellow name, that can drop Stonebinders cup. Holy cow. They're just way too excited there. The one spitting poison there, that can drop Stonebinders cuffs. This one over here spits fire. It could drop Stonebinders cuffs, but of course it didn't. We actually took a little bit of damage there. White, white, white. It's not going to be helpful. We'll just mop up the automatons here for a little extra EXP. Oh, you're kind of strange to see in this room. I wonder why they wandered in. There we go. And no chest here, and no chest up there. So we'll go ahead and save the game. And we'll go ahead and exit back out to the main menu. While we're doing that, I'll take a sip of root beer. Once at the main menu, we'll go ahead and start another game, single player mode. We're in epic difficulty because I'm not in legendary yet. And we dump in at the rebirth fountain, last rebirth fountain in Epic Act 1, Minoan Labyrinth. The floor boss, the Minotaur, is off this way to the right. We're going this way to the left, backwards through the labyrinth in search of Gorgons. Like this white one here, that's not going to drop. Now the one with the yellow names there, the one spitting the poison, they will drop, but it just drops some gold. Oh, I should probably start my buff to poison resistance. Always keep forgetting to do that. So we had a couple Gorgons in here that could have dropped but didn't. We get just a regular rare item. Nothing out of the chest. We'll clean up a couple of automaton here. And it looks like everybody's white here. So that's not helpful. And another unhelpful white. White and white, and it looks like everybody in here was white. So once again, we'll kind of an uneventful run there. Not too many Gorgons with a yellow name. Gorgons that have brown or golden brown, golden names also will drop Stonebinders cuffs. No chest in the upper right corner of the room there. So we'll just go ahead and save the game and jump back out to the main menu and start all over again. Yes, I'm Showa. So let's start the game. let's start in single player mode, epic difficulty, jumping in Minoan Labyrinth, last rebirth fountain at the end of the Minoan Labyrinth, right before the floor boss. Floor boss is off this way to the right. We're going left. Whoa, whoever's doing that, they can drop Stonebinders cuffs. Ones that shoot fire, ones that shoot poison, they can drop. Ones with brown or golden brown names, they can also drop. Oh, like that one up there. But it doesn't. But it does drop a rare, but not a monster infrequent. So we're looking for the monster infrequents here. Wow, I actually used a health potion there. That was pretty severe. Here comes one. Ah, there's another one. But no drop. And we'll just finish up the automaton in the room here. And no chests. So we'll go ahead and save the game. And we'll jump back out to the main menu and we'll start all over again. So now that we're at the main menu, we'll select single player mode. And we're doing epic difficulty. And we'll start up again, jumping into the Minoan Labyrinth at the last rebirth fountain at the end of Act 1. The Minotaur is off this way to the right. We're going backwards through the labyrinth to get to the 3 or 4 rooms that have Gorgons in it that can drop Stonebinders cuffs. All the Stonebinders cuffs that I've ever found have always been like in these 4 rooms. There are other places where these Gorgons will spawn. Like, they'll spawn in... oh, it's just a chest. They'll spawn in the catacombs, under the Athenian catacombs, under Athens. They'll spawn in the 3 Medusa area, the 3 Medusa room, right before Athens, right after the Parnassian cave. So, oh, it's just a chest. I thought maybe it dropped something there. And nothing. Mechanical parts. And nothing. So we'll go ahead and we'll save the game. And exit back to the main menu. And start the game up again. Start a new game. Epic difficulty. Single player mode. And here we are again at the last rebirth fountain in the Minoan Labyrinth. And let's clear off these automatoy here so they don't follow us all around. So those two down there at the bottom of the screen, they could have dropped, but they didn't. And here's a couple in here that could drop, but they don't drop anything. Nobody drops anything. Well, they are probably dropping things, but we have our filters turned on, so only monster and frequents, rares, epics, and legendaries will show up. We'll pick that up. That's kind of strange. And nothing in here. How are these things dying over here? And how did that drop happen? And how did this drop happen? Oh, it's a chest. It's not a drop. There we go. Nothing. And we'll finish off these automatons. Oh, there's a captain there. And no chests. So let's go ahead and save the game. And we'll exit back to the main menu. And we can start again in single player mode. And we will select epic difficulty and we'll start up the game again. Once again, getting dumped back in. Last rebirth fountain, end of Act 1, Minoan Labyrinth, floor boss. The Minotaur is off this way to the right. We're going left. At the end of the broadcast, we'll probably head off the other way and take out the Minotaur. So there was once doing all the fire. That could have dropped, but it didn't. Anyone over here? Yeah, in the back there. One in the back. That could have dropped. Kind of taking a lot of damage here. Use another pot. And that one can drop Stonebinders cuffs, but it doesn't look like it does. And a couple whites here, and another white, and another white. Nothing doing. White ones don't drop the Stonebinders cuffs. And finishing up the last couple automatons. And we'll open up the chest. Nothing, and no chest in the upper corner there. So let's go ahead and save the game. And let's exit back out to the main menu. You can see there we're kind of 3/4 of the way to 58, so we are still picking up experience doing this. Even at level 57 in epic mode. And once back at the main menu, we'll select single player mode. We'll select epic difficulty and we'll start the game. And jump back in the Minoan Labyrinth. End of Act 1. Last rebirth fountain. Before the end of the labyrinth, Minotaurs off this way to the right. We'll go left. And there's a couple there. Get out of the flames. Nobody drops anything. Had a couple chances. White, 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 and white. No chance there. Finish off a couple of automatons here. That one can, the one that had that brown name, that could have dropped. And this one can, the one that just poisoned all over itself. And let's knock off the last remaining Gorgons. Oh, we got another rare. A ring. And oh, there's a captain. Captain Automatoy. Captain Automatoy here to save the day. Dun, 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 dun. But not this day. And we'll finish off the traps here. And there's no chest here. There's no chest in the upper corner. A chest really does show up there sometimes. And I'll go ahead and save the game. This ends our run. So we'll jump back to the main menu. And select single player mode, and we'll select epic difficulty, and we'll start the game back up, and of course jump back in at the last rebirth fountain at the end of Act 1 in the Minoan Labyrinth. Minotaurs off this way to the right. We're going back through the labyrinth, where there's 3 or 4 rooms that have a higher concentration of Gorgons that one can drop Stonebinders cups. This one could have dropped, this one could have dropped, but didn't. How about here? Oh yeah, there's a couple down there. But no joy. And we'll polish off the Automatoy here. And the white one's not going to drop. Well, it's not going to drop anything we're interested in. That's for sure. And 1 room to go. Double right up here up front. They could have dropped. Wow, that went down to half my life total pretty quick. And we'll just finish off the automatoy. Finish off whatever's up here. Remove the traps. No chests. End of the run. Save the game. And jump back to the main menu. And wash, rinse, repeat. Do it all over again. We're going to select single player mode. And we're going to be selecting epic difficulty. We aren't in legendary yet. Funny tale, I actually finished legendary mode. And I didn't progress to... I finished epic mode. I didn't progress to legendary. So I don't know why. I actually went through the portal, got the end game credits, and then I'm not able to progress to legendary mode. Not quite sure why. So we've gone up a couple... Gold. It dropped gold. Oh, no, there's a monster infrequent there. And that was dropped by a regular Gorgon. It wasn't Stonebinders cuffs, it wasn't the Sentinels cuffs. But it was something. There's a captain there. I'm gonna pot just to be safe. All white. And we'll finish off the automatons in the last couple of rooms here in this one little section. And some more mechanical parts. End of the run, save the game. And exit back out to the main menu. And select single player mode. And make sure we're in epic difficulty. And we can start the game. And of course jump back in Minoan Labyrinth, end of Act 1, Last Rebirth Fountain. Let's check out whatever we got there. We got for an intelligence-based tune. We'll be selling that, but that is a monster infrequent, so as compared to the bright green there, you can see that's a olive green color. So I think on our first or second run, we got that bright green rare, and now we got that monster infrequent, which came off of, ouch, sneaky. Which appeared to me to come out of white Gorgon. So I'm wondering if the Sentinel armbands can come out of white Gorgons also. I don't know. I know the Stonebinders cuffs have to be out of yellows. Yellow named Gorgons. Like those two there. Or that one there. Wow, why are you wandering down here? That's kind of strange. What made you interested? How did these people die? Oh, It could be from scatter shot, right? I'm not necessarily shooting them directly, but I could be killing something here, then the arrowhead could be breaking apart and then going down there and killing something. Okay, that's going to be my explanation of that paranormal experience. Getting debunked. How am I shooting around corners? There we go, and we got a chest. But it's just some gold. And nothing up here in this corner. So we'll go ahead and we will save the game. And exit back to the main menu. And we'll select single player mode. And we want to be in epic difficulty. And we will start the game. Of course, jumping back in, Minoan Labyrinth, end of Act 1, last rebirth fountain, right before the Minotaur, which is off this way to the right, but we're headed off this way to the left. Oh, we got a... very slow. What is it, a spear? Oh, it's a bow. Oh, that's nice. It gave us a bow. +2 to volley, which is nice. Oh, that reminds me, I should turn on my... oh, we got a rare. I keep forgetting to turn on my buff to... And we got another rare. This is the game of rares. How did we do there? There's a couple that could have dropped. But nothing. Just a cloud of poison. Wow, we're just really getting a ton of rare drops. Nothing there on those two. I think in the original TitanQuest, the Stonebinders cuffs were just regular rares. I don't think they were color-coded specifically. I don't think the color code for Monster and Frequency was there. I think that was a add-on later. In fact, I don't even remember that in the original Immortal Throne. I'm thinking maybe that's a later addition to the game. I could be wrong. You could correct me in the comments. You wouldn't hurt my feelings. So, that's going to be the end of this run, unfortunately, because that run had a lot of rare drops. I was feeling good, but nothing. So, we saved the game. Let's exit back to the main menu. Been broadcasting for about 40 minutes. Select single player mode. We want to be in epic difficulty. Let's go ahead and start the game. Of course, jumping into the Minoan Labyrinth. Last rebirth fountain. End of Act 1. Minotaurs off this way to the right. We're going off to the left. We're going back through the labyrinth. White gorgons drifting in. Nothing. A couple poison spitters there. Didn't. Oh, we got a couple here. One fire, one poison, 0 drops. Polish off the automatons here. And come up and clear this room of what looks like all white Gorgons. White and white. And there's one there, and there's one there that can drop the fire spitters. But we get nothing. And we can polish off the rest of the automatons left. I got scared and potted. And chest and a rare. But no chest in that corner. So let's go ahead and save the game. Well, the last couple games here, we seem to get more frequent rare drops, which just could be an RNG thing. Is our luck turning? I don't know. I'm selecting single player mode, and I want to be in epic difficulty, and we can start the game. And back in the Minoan Labyrinth. Last rebirth fountain. End of Act 1. Before the floor boss. And let's see. White and white and white and white. I think they were all white. Around the corner. Into this room. There's a couple here that aren't white, like that one up there. And that one down here, and nobody dropped. No one dropped for me. No one dropped anything. Oh, right, I should start my poison resistance buff. Granted to me by my mastery. That one could drop, but it doesn't. That one could drop, but it doesn't. A couple whites here are going to be helpful. Go down here to the last room. That one will. The one right below it there, that one will. Can. Will, can. Difference between will and can. They can, but not will. They did not. They will not drop, but they could have dropped. And one last room. Polish off the automatons. Remove the traps. Check the upper corner. And pick up the mechanical parts charm. Getting a number of those, we'll be able to complete one. And let's go ahead and save the game. And jump out, exit, back to the main menu, exit out to the main menu, exit to the main menu, and once here, let's select single player mode, make sure we are in epic difficulty, and start the game. 45 minutes into the broadcast, no Stonebinders cuffs. We are in the Minoan Labyrinth, the end of Act 1. Last rebirth fountain. making our way through 3 or 4 rooms, half a dozen rooms that have gorgons in them that can drop Stonebinders cups. Wow, that one was running away. It turned around and ran away. Oh, look cute. One there at the bottom that could also drop. We did get a drop up here, but it's just a regular old rare. Just a regular green, not a monster infrequent. Didn't really mean to pick up that potion, but that's okay. One last room that's going to have gorgons in it. And no drop. So let's finish off the automatons. No chest here. And no chests here. So let's go ahead and save the game. So we were at 45 minutes and change, and now we're at 47 minutes and change. So each run taking us about 2 minutes. I didn't really dawdle there. I wasn't trying to speed through it, but just kind of normal pace. It's taking about 2 minutes a run. So let's go ahead and select single player mode and make sure we're in epic difficulty, and we'll start the game. And we jump into the Minoan Labyrinth, the last rebirth fountain before the end of Act 1, and then before the floor boss, which is this way, off to the right here. We'll head off here to the left. Oh, here comes... and we aren't firing toward it. Yeah, that one that we just... that poison spitter there, that could have dropped Stonebinders cuffs. But didn't. That one there in the middle with the rapid fire. Rapid fire. Yes. Around the corner, into the next room. Looks like they were all white. And finish up. That's Sunstrike. That's an ability granted by my bow. I believe that's triggered whenever I get any melee damage. And that wasn't a white name, so yeah. Something could have dropped there. I think it was a poison spitter. And we'll finish off by removing the last remaining automatons. Remove the traps. No chests. Let's go ahead and save the game. And again, we were at 45 change, and last game was 47 and change, and now we're at 49 and change. And jump back to the main menu. So it's taken us 2 minutes plus a few ticks. Select single player mode. Make sure we're in epic difficulty. Start the game. Jump back in. Minoan Labyrinth. End of Act 1. We're going left, back through the labyrinth. There, that one right there, that could drop Stonebinders cuffs. But I guess it chose not to. And make the corner here. And there's a couple there that could drop. The two poison spitters. They don't drop anything. And it looks like these are all white. So nothing's going on there. Scholar's wisdom. So that was definitely a white dropping the monster infrequent. Which was that the same one that we got before? Yeah, it looks like it, huh? Oh. Wow, that sent shivers down my spine. And we finish off all the Gorgons. Actually got a shiver down my spine. Ah, that was funny. What a strange, is that like a fight or flight reaction? And
you have no more room.
Oh, no more room. Well, I guess we'll have to make some room. Golly. So let's portal, and we can go to. Let's go to Rhodes. We'll get a better price. And
I cannot get iron. The price of bronze. Your luck.
How much? We're at 172.
No.
Let's.
Our troubles aren't over yet.
1, 2, 3. Buy 3 pots, and then let's see. What do we want to get rid of here? Definitely want to get rid of these. That bow and that spear. And we'll keep the mechanical parts, I guess. Strength and health. Artemis bowstring. Might hang on to that. Mechanical parts. Valor of Achilles will sell. I think I'm saving the 32s to strength just in case. Okay, that clears this. Oh no.